Hi and welcome back to a brand new video with Minishu243, and let's watch a death battle. As today we're gonna react to Shadow versus Ryuko, which is Sonic the Hedgehog versus Kill la Kill. Now when it comes to Shadow, I love Shadow. He's my favorite Sonic character. I absolutely love him, and quite suitable that I'm actually having a t-shirt on me right now that has Shadow on it. So yeah. That's coincidence. That's a coincidence, I guess. But enough about that. When it comes to Shadow, I do know him quite well, actually. I know that he has a tragic backstory when it comes to Maria. She getting shot and all, him seeking revenge, and eventually he decides to save the world. I know he survived and fallen from quite a high distance when it comes to Sonic Adventure 2. You know, considering, but then he came back in years and all. It's not stated if it's really the same Shadow or not, but I assume you know. In this case, he probably he will be. So yeah, and he definitely has a lot of his Chaos abilities, and like his Chaos Power, or Chaos Spear, Chaos Control, Chaos Blast, etc. And yeah, that pretty much for that. And then he has his Super Form. It doesn't last as long, of course, but we had to know that. You know, you're still gonna be able to survive Super Shadow pretty much. So Super Shadow is, as we know, the super form of Shadow. And yeah, I probably don't know to the extent Death Battle requires you, but this is the first time he's in the Death Battle though. But yeah, I just hope he wins this time because he has 2 losses now, Vegeta and Mewtwo. I really hope he wins this one because I really want to see Shadow win for once. And it will be nice to see that. So yeah, when it comes to Kill la Kill and Ryuko, I don't know this character really. I assume she's an anime, so from the anime. Let me try that again. I assume Kill la Kill is an anime, so that is a crazy thing. Name anime, as we know, anime can get crazy at times. The Sonic comics can also go that way too, especially when it comes to the Archie comics. They're not read, by the way, so I don't know how Shadow fares in those comics, but I assume if they take anything like that from there and Shadow is anything like Sonic in the comics there, I think yeah. But I don't know if they're going to focus on just his gaming part or his other variations, I guess. I assume it's just the games, to be honest, because and the comics thrown connected to the games, because it only says Shadow. It doesn't say it's Archie like Shadow, or you know, it's IDW or something, Shadow. So, and Ryuko, I really don't know this character, I said, so I don't really know what to guess when it comes to her. But either way, they definitely seem to look similar in a way, though, based on the thumbnail. They definitely seem to have at least a similar look to them, so that might be a reason why they're going up against each other in the first place. For me personally, I want to say Shadow wins. I want to say Shadow wins this one. That's only because I want hoping Shadow wins, and because I like Shadow and all of that stuff. So, you know, why don't you just go into this whole analysis and see who's actually going to win this one? Or see an analysis I can learn about Ryuko and maybe some other feats as well, I guess. So, let's start the Death Battle. I have an ad for their Death Battle card game again, I see. It's been a while since last time, I think. I've not played this card game. If anyone will try the card game, let me know if it's fun or not. Maybe I'll give it a try. So then again, I can't give it a try from alone. I think probably need to have something to play it with. But it seems like something can be interesting to, you know, give it a try. See if the card game really is fun. Remember to let me know in the comments below if you know. And be sure to follow the watch the video first, by the way. Forgot to say that.
to Sonic.
And Ryuko
Make sure to do that.
Team
There's a link
fighter
there
light
and
fiber from Kill la Kill.
They both may be try-hard incarnates, but when the chips are down, who is the deadliest edgelord of them all?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Dr. Gerald Robotnik, grandfather to the Dr. Eggman we all know, had a problem. His granddaughter, Maria, was dying, succumbing to a neuroimmunity disease with no known cure.
But old Jerry had a plan. When the government contacted him to
he made Shadow
life form, he figured its DNA could cure Maria no problem. So he took the job, and by studying the infinite power of Chaos Emeralds with some alien assistance, he made the one and only Shadow the Hedgehog. Wait, did the government commission him, or was it Hot Topic?
Better question, since when were Hedgehog's ultimate disease-curing life forms?
Well, in Shadow's case, it is
a lizard, which sort of makes sense as certain reptiles have regenerative tissue, but then he went from this to a hedgehog. Okay.
Who cares if he's a lizard, hedgehog, squirrel, or whatever, Wiz? All that matters is he's super badass looking, super badass sounding, and is super powered by chaos. Literally.
Shadow's powers
and
are
it's super
directly
awesome.
tied to those of the Miracle Gems, Chaos
I love his
Emeralds.
personality.
He can tap into their power for incredible feats, similar to his Blue Blur rival. Likely for this very reason, he actually possesses many of the same abilities as Sonic.
You know, the guy who's so fast he can almost outrun a black hole?
Spin attacks, homing attacks, spin dashes, etc.
But unlike his blue buddy, Shadow's not afraid to get serious and bust out some lead. Hey Sonic, why use a spin attack when you've got a goddamn gun?
Yeah, don't use that in the demo, please.
Look at that thing.
That's a terrible decision, Shadow. I don't like the fact that he's using guns.
Magnetic lightning shields, but he also has some unique gear all of his own.
That's no why they like Shadow.
Are way cooler than Sonic's sneakers. They can boost his speed to match Sonic's and also let him fly. Kind of.
Hover,
He's even got some
technically.
gear attached that lets him attack at the speed of light.
However, all of these abilities and equipment are mere accessories to Shadow's true power, the might of chaos itself. Even without an emerald on hand, Shadow can summon similar power, manifesting attacks like Black Tornado, Chaos Blast, or the deadly Chaos Spear.
But even though they totally asked for Doc Jerry to make Shadow, the feds got spooked and tried to shut down the project. And that's when things went bad. Like, really bad.
Yeah.
Shadow
Poor Maria was shot.
successfully sealed away, but in the crossfire, a life was lost. Maria.
Locked up and super pissed off, Shadow had plenty of time to work on his angsty poetry, and Jerry had time to give him fake memories and a need for revenge against all humanity. Wiz, you think we're ever gonna find a scientist who doesn't go totally bonkers?
I mean, what about me?
Okay.
Well, since Maria was Shadow's only real friend, revenge seemed like a good idea, which was a serious problem considering just how powerful he is.
He can teleport, slow down, or even stop time.
Yeah,
and even
he uses chaos control to slow down
just like
time.
any teenage boy, he's got some serious mood swings he doesn't like to talk about.
You get tired, you get caught in it, you
abilities.
can't break
With
free, as
negative
he said,
emotion,
or
his
something like
raw
that.
power
Says on those things.
intensifies. With positive emotion, he gains more control. But when it comes down to it, the government may have been right to worry. Shadow possesses so much power, even he can't always control it.
Chaos powers are crazy. Sonic once used all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds to literally rebuild the Earth.
This is why Shadow wears inhibitor rings, which limit how much chaos energy he can release at once. When he does remove them, what he loses in control is made up for by a massive increase in power, enough to match that of a whole Chaos Emerald. What? What are you looking at?
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Do you have a ring on your robot arm?
It was a gift?
Cool. Well, good luck with that. All the rings I've given out to people always get sent back eventually. Anyway, Spiky Head's so powerful, he teleported an entire space colony and even a giant asteroid. Plus, he's held back this huge space plant monster.
And of course, tapping into the power of additional Chaos Emeralds increases his power to unbelievable heights.
By doing a tango with all 7, he can turn into Super Shadow. Now, without power rings, this form can't stick around for more than a full minute. But while he's golden, he's got...
Yeah, as long as he has rings on it, he can stick around. So technically, you can have it for more than a minute if you have one to rings.
Out of a cannon, but he's just as tough as
long as you keep
who
collecting
survived
rings.
The space station Death Egg exploding right in front of him. Most impressively, as Super Shadow, he and Supersonic were fired into planet Aquarius, obliterating it. This would take over a whole exaton of TNT.
Yeah, but then again, they didn't really do it themselves, because this came from Tails' tornado.
Eggman
So,
himself released him to conquer the world. Sonic and crew had to stop him from destroying all mankind, but
they did do it, kinda, yeah, sure, but they were fired by Tails after all.
Fire and destroyed enemies without being seen, but his light speed attacks are stated as being exactly that, light speed, almost 3 million meters per second.
So Shadow's super strong and super fast. Makes sense he's a formidable enemy to just about anyone.
Lucky for our heroes, they inspired Shadow to regain his memories of Maria, who actually wanted him to protect humanity instead of, destroy it.
He may have softened up, but he'll always be the edgy hedgehog we love to hate to love.
Understood. Initiating the mission now.
That was on Equal 6. So,
Thousands of years ago,
Ryuko.
aliens that would come to be known as life fibers crashed to Earth.
Let's see what she has to offer.
Parasites attached themselves to the most intelligent species they could find. Humans.
And they even got humans to make them into clothes so it was easier for them to live on us. And provide viewers with gratuitous fan service.
Yeah. Anyway, the life fibers helped humans evolve more quickly and soon just passively survived as humanity developed. But some weren't content with such passivity, like Ryuko, who had access to the original primordial life fiber that landed on Earth so long ago.
And humans are gonna human, so she and her husband experimented on that sucker like nobody's business.
They attempted to infuse fibers into both of their daughters. Their first daughter was too old for the experiment to be a success, and it appeared that their infant second daughter was also a failure, so Ryuko just threw her away.
Whoa! She threw away her baby?
That's...
Kinda reminds me of how my dad just threw away our relationship.
Well, fortunately for this child, her father couldn't stand by Ryuko's decision and rescued her, assuming the name Ishin Matoi, and raised this daughter himself. This is Ryuko.
Yeah, things were okay for a while, but it wasn't a picnic at the Matoi household. Ryuko and Ishin didn't always get along, so he shipped her off to boarding school to find other people there instead of him. When she finally came home, she found dear old dad bleeding out, impaled by a weird-looking sword.
This was the first half of what would become her signature weapon, the scissor blades.
Scissor
In Ishin's last
blades?
moments, he urged Ryuko to find whoever wielded the other half of the weapon, the one who killed him.
Ryuko might not have known it, but the scissor blades were created by her father out of life fibers.
They're actually one of the only weapons that can cut and destroy life fibers, which is important when your opponents are all using, life fibers.
I would say we take a shot every time we say life fiber, but you'd definitely die, Wiz. And do not try that at home. Anyway,
Yeah,
with the
definitely
quest
will
of
try that.
revenge and half a scissor blade, she started hunting down her father's killer. But she couldn't do it by herself, so she found a skimpy sailor suit to help her out. Yeah, here's that fan service thing I was telling you about.
This is Senketsu, a living suit made from life fibers, also known as a kamui. Now, there's plenty of clothing out there made with some life fiber, but a kamui like Senketsu is unique in that it's made of 100% life fiber. And yes, I said living suit.
Wait, Ryuko! These assassins can't hear me!
Oh, that feels nice.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
Yeah, absolutely
just
not
anyone
creepy
can
at all.
wear Senketsu, as they have to successfully bond with him for the process to work. Lucky for Ryuko, she absolutely could, in no small part thanks to the life fibers infused within her body when she was an infant.
See, Mom, you trash person, it did work. And when she and Senketsu learned how to work together, there wasn't much that could stand in their way. He's more than just a sailor outfit.
As a life fiber construct, Senketsu can absorb other life fibers to increase his own power, allowing him to transform to gain new abilities.
His Senjin form makes him super spiky, and his Shifu form turns Ryuko into a badass fighting rocket.
He's also able to combine both the Senjin and Shifu forms for more versatility. Admittedly though, each of these transformations comes at a cost for Ryuko as they're fueled by Senketsu consuming her blood. This is most dangerous in his Berserker form that occurs when Ryuko gets too upset and Senketsu loses control. If not stopped in time, she could die from too much blood loss.
But most impressive is when Ryuko straight up goes flying Super Saiyan and Senketsu turns into his Kisaragi form. It's way more powerful and uses even more of her blood. What's the deal? Is Senketsu a vampire?
Well, a popular theory suggests that it's all a metaphor for puberty. Senketsu pulling out Ryuko's blood is symbolic of menstruation, and the skimpier outfits visualize acceptance of sexuality and adulthood, except she's a teenager. who already went through puberty?
Wiz, do you have a daughter?
No.
I thought so. At least having
Yeah.
life fiber DNA means she has crazy abilities on top of Senketsu's transformations, like insane super fast healing.
Basically, life fibers restore themselves so quickly that Ryuko's body starts regenerating before a blade has finished cutting through her. Unless someone is quick enough to cut through her body before this regeneration begins, she can survive almost anything.
She's been stabbed and
Oh.
sliced tons of times, including completely in half, and even had her heart ripped out of her chest. Can we get this chick as the next guest character in Mortal Kombat? I mean, they're taking basically anybody these days, so...
Her strength is incredible.
So you got a ripped
At one
heart
point,
ripped
she had to
out,
blast a hole
and she
through a
still
layer of
lived?
life fibers surrounding the entire planet. Life fibers are stated to be harder than solid steel, so to pull this off, she must have struck with a force equivalent to over 650 exatons of TNT.
Which means she'd be able to take a hit that strong too. But with all these powers and more, Ryuko finally found her father's killer.
And completed the rending scissors.
These swords can casually cut through skyscrapers and have some super forms of their own. Decapitation mode extends the blades for better slicing and dicing, while alumni mode makes them so gigantic they eclipse the freaking earth. What is this show?
Next to
Yeah,
Ryuko,
what is this
one
show?
scissor blade is normally about 2.5 feet long. Scaling up, the alumni mode appears to be about 1,017 times larger, weighing well over 3 million tons. If you have a pair of normal scissors at home, imagine lifting 50 billion of those all at once. That's what this is like.
She can
Oh,
slice
this is
through
also good.
200 tennis balls 5 times each in less than a second, which us in the scientifically community call fast as f***.
Or 8,000 times faster than sound. And she rocketed into the atmosphere in less than 18 seconds, which means her flying speed can reach Mach 500.
Wait. Why is everyone naked?
Ryuko may not have had
Yeah, that's
the
a good
easiest
question.
upbringing, but after dedicating herself to revenge for so long, and yet saving the entire planet, she had become something unexpected. A hero.
Well, I gotta make a decision now. I gotta skip their ad, by the way.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, Shadow and Ryuko are always ready to perform, and make sure you are with Blue Chew.
Alright. So after watching their analysis, I definitely can't say that Shadow is... Well, I can't say there was anything new that I didn't already know about Shadow. I know he's definitely it's definitely a thing when it comes to Shadow and all. He can match Sonic at speed and all. Of course, he's not as fast as Sonic, but here comes Ryuko and throws everything out of the park, I want to say. And the fact that she has some very quick healing, has been ripped in half, or ripped their heart out at the very least, and the sword length and everything she had been able to do, all of those megaton of TNT, and how many there was again? But definitely a very high number. I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was a very high number. And sure, she can. Okay, there's no way she can match Shadow in speed. I don't think she can do that. So I definitely see the speed is on Shadow. But when it comes to her strength and what she's able to survive, and the fact having their heart ripped out, and she didn't say anything about if she was still alive after that, but I assume she was. So that means she is almost impossible to kill. She is almost impossible to kill. You can't kill her unless you are capable of cutting her up faster than she can heal. I know Shadow is cool. He has very cool abilities. He's fast, he's strong, he's all of that stuff. And she also has one of those super form thingies, so which increases the power even more. I mean, it does have a Shadow too, of course, and the fact that when it takes off his wings, it also does that. But it's the thing is, I feel like she's the one to win this one. I'm sorry, Shadow. I'm sorry. I want you to win. I really want Shadow to win this one. because he hasn't beaten a Death Ball that he have won yet, and I really don't want to see Shadow win in a or I mean that didn't come out right. I really don't want to see Shadow lose or die to all eternity. I want to see him win at least once or twice, or just just win. Yeah, and Ryuko. I'm sorry, but Ryuko is gonna win this one. I'm hoping for Shadow, but Ryuko is gonna win this one. So let's get to the battle and find out if I'm right. So let's get the battle with.
But right now,
It's time for a death battle!
Hey! You cut me off, asshat!
Who cares? Ryuko, maybe we should...
Oh, yeah?
Alright. That's not good enough, I want to say. Come on, Shadow, prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong.
Chaos control!
Good thing, Shadow. Good thing. Keep going like that. Please.
He's anticipating you. You should anticipate him instead.
No shit, stupid!
Oh, come on, please. Come on, Shadow. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong.
Let's get faster! Shaku!
Of course they're using the guns.
Aw, did your mommy pack that sword for you?
I guess it makes sense considering who's fighting and all, but I still don't like Shadow with weapons, like guns and everything.
Careful, that hurt.
Have a little faith!
Time to end this. Behold my power!
Senkan Kisaragi!
They already used Super Shadow. I guess they're both power up now, but
Faker.
Scissor blade!
Shadow hasn't used his Chaos Blast yet. Please don't be another Vegeta situation where it's about to use it and then it stops.
Dipshit!
You know, it's his super form. Oh, you removed his wings, I'm about to say. Rings.
Chaos blast.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm the coolest.
Yeah!
KO! You know,
Finally!
I made fun of how little clothing Ryuko was wearing, but Shadow
I'm wrong twice in a row,
Armed
but
with
finally.
Senketsu, scissor blades, and her life fiber buffs, Ryuko was definitely a match for Shadow at first.
Yeah, with her awesome strength combined with her insane endurance, Space Form Shadow was in a lot of trouble. But even then, it wasn't a surefire win for the Rocket Chick.
Outside of his super form, Shadow never withstood anything on the scale of Ryuko's hole in the life fibers surrounding Earth. At her maximum power, she could have easily dealt a killing blow, if she could catch him. Shadow could keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, whose race against the black hole proves he can move over 260,000 times faster than sound. far faster than anything Ryuko's shown.
Yeah, I
and
knew
more than
Shadow
quick
had
enough
it
to
to the
slice through a
speed.
life fiber before it has time to heal.
There's no way she will be able to do this match Shadow's
didn't
speed.
really have a
But
way to take him down. I mean, Super Shadow's Chaos powers use all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which can move pieces of the Earth around.
Considering Earth's total mass and the speed at which each piece was moved, this would require exerting energy equivalent to 1.6 decillion joules, which translates to over 2,800 zetatons of TNT.
That's a ton of power. A lot more than Ryuko's biggest hits. Even 1 Chaos Emerald is enough to match Ryuko's best. And considering Shadow can match the power of an emerald when he takes off those inhibitors, he had better odds of winning even without going super.
Ryuko put up an amazing fight, one for the ages, but Shadow's unmatched power and speed proved too much for Our Lady in Black and Red.
Hey, he's pretty beat up about it too. Do you know what he said when he was asked what his favorite anime is?
I like the one with the edgy girl and the scissor blade.
It's canon. No, really.
In closing, the Hedgehog couldn't be overshadowed, and Ryuko's life fiber was snipped.
The winner is Shadow the Hedgehog.
finally.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you can always get more Death Battle right now
Well,
by clicking one of those boxes right
that
over
was
there,
about time.
and by downloading the battle music linked down below.
Yeah, the next one is Doom and Lex Luthor. Alright, that was the ball. I actually enjoyed watching this analysis, but they keep hyping up the second character in a way, and then only to make the character lose sometimes. I should have seen that coming, but still. I'm glad I was wrong. I'm really glad I was wrong. I did enjoy the analysis though. They really did a great job of telling us what both of these two characters were actually capable of. Of course, I can't say there was a lot of new stuff I didn't already know about Shadow, because I already knew most of this stuff with Shadow because it's Shadow, and I like Sonic, the series, and I like Sonic too, and I love Shadow, and I love Amy, so etc. etc. Ryuko seems really powerful too. She definitely is. But thank goodness she was not more powerful than Shadow. I did not want to see Shadow do this one more time, and he didn't. So I'm glad I was wrong. That means I'm wrong twice in a row, actually. But this is fine, because both of these 2 times I wanted to be wrong. Because I wanted to make it to win. I wanted Shadow to win, and they both won. So I'm glad I was wrong about both of them. So yeah, when it comes to animation, I really enjoyed the animation actually. Can't say I feel anything special when it comes to the battle music. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was super. It felt nice to use it. Felt nice with the battle itself, of course, the animation. Can't say I feel it when it comes to Shadow's voice, though that's only because it's unusual for me, and I'm used to a bit more, so that's all you have type of voice, Bit better than what I did though, of course, but still. So yeah, but anyway, the voice actor did do, for both of them, did do great actually. I just felt it was a bit unusual for, here in Shadow, with something with that voice, So yeah, when it comes to the next time, we have Lex Luthor versus Dr. Doom. These 2 characters have both been in a death ball before, actually. It's been a while. Let's see if I remember this correctly. Dr. Doom were against Darth Vader, I think, and Lex Luthor has been against Iron Man. I can't say I remember if they have been against any other characters. I don't think they have. But now they are facing each other. So I definitely don't remember much from the analysis from those 2 videos, because I haven't seen them in a while, and I definitely do not know these 2 characters to the extent that Paul requires you to. But when it comes to, if I had to make a guess right now, I'm gonna say Dr. Doom. Because Dr. Doom is, Lex Luthor is just a regular human being, as far as I know. So, and with some interesting tech and stuff, I guess. So his tech for him to use when it comes to fighting Batman, Superman, I mean. Well, Doctor Doom is powerful in a very own way, you know. I only know stuff from him when it comes to what he has done in the Fantastic Four movies, and they are not that good. So, yeah. And especially not the latest one. Terrible. 40 minutes in, you feel it's taking 40 minutes in to get to the point. So, anyway, but yeah, so I wouldn't say Doctor Doom has the next one, actually, as of right now. But once I watch the analysis and see what type of beats they're taking from both of them, and stuff like that, I think it's more likely for me than to get him. It's more definitely likely that I might change my opinion then. But for right now, I feel like Doctor Doom has this one. So that's definitely my guess for right now. So yeah, that was the death battle itself. Favorite, let me know what you felt about this death battle by posting down in the comments below. Or if you don't feel like doing that, you can just comment anything else really. It's like something like, yeah, oh gosh, Shadow won. Either way, so I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I see you guys in the next video, where it's Lex Luthor versus Dr. Doom, and yeah. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Minus you 2 signing out.